Welcome to part 27 of The Last of Us Part 2. As Ellie, we have to steal a boat. And I'm just gonna run straight for the boat too. I'm not gonna bother engaging the enemies because I ain't got time for this shit. Abby's right there and I just want to finish it. Or so Ellie thinks, but in reality Abby is somewhere else. This is one of the more controversial parts in the game. Ellie's actions at the Aquarium are, let's just say they're intense. They're very intense. But we'll get to that scene soon. It's pretty brutal. Or a lot brutal actually. Very brutal. Anyway, I'm just going to swim around just to throw the guards off. From there, I'm going to take the staircase up, and then there will be a more direct way to the boat, in which case I'm going to jump back downstairs onto that boat. There are a lot of ways to take on this mall section, and it's probably one of my favorite combat sections in the entire game because of it. You can either go loud, go stealthily, or just do what I do and egress the area completely. If you want to do the quick way out, just go right at the beginning of the section and then dive underwater. This strategy is guaranteed to work for difficulties up to hard. For Grounded and Survivor is a different story, but you can still do it on those difficulties, but it's trickier because of damage output. As you can see in a couple of seconds, I can tank a lot of hits while I'm on the boat, because I'm playing on normal. On the harder difficulties, like Grounded and Survivor, I'm not afforded that much luxury. I'm not sure about hard, I think you can still tank some hits, but not that many. You ain't pushing shit, bitch. I got a boat. A badass boat. Okay, it's probably a piece of crap that's going to die in the next 12 seconds, but it's a boat nonetheless. This section right here is more of a set piece just to get from point A to point B. This area is so streamlined that you can only really explore certain buildings.
Right. Where's the Ferris wheel?
You can skip a major fight between the wolves and the scars, but there will be moments where you have to stop in order to open a gate. Oh come on, why are fences in video games so tough? Especially that fence? Dude, that's a ranky-dink ass fence made in 1954. Should have broke under the pressure of the boat.
Please go through.
This is one of the rooms where you have to open a gate in order to progress. It's a good breather for what's about to come up. And the next boss is vicious. It's a very vicious creature indeed. It's a goddamn bloater again. And of course the door would be locked from the inside. The only way to get in there is from upstairs. I'm not sure what will happen if you leave the boat behind. Like you actually try to swim to the aquarium without the boat. I don't know, maybe the game would just auto-bound Ellie to the boat at that point. I know in Uncharted there are certain moments where you have to stick with an item or you can't leave this area without a certain item with you, so maybe it's like that too, I'm not sure. I guess it's a slap on the wrist to make sure people don't get game overs if they leave something behind in an area. But I'm really curious, what happens if Ellie leaves the boat in this area? Or just anywhere in general? Does she just turn around and say, "Oh, you fucking idiot"? Or does the boat just capsize from some random force? I really want to see that. I'm gonna try it out eventually. You can move this cart and jump downstairs, but before you go downstairs, move this cart over to the vent. There is one good thing inside the ventilation shaft, and that's the hammer. Now, who goes around putting hammers inside vents? I don't know, and it doesn't really matter because it's useful. That's like putting a sword inside of a chest in the corner of the room in every RPG ever made. Or better yet, a shotgun inside a chest in the corner of the room in every RPG ever made. That was Sega's idea. Go talk to them. Now let me talk about this game winning Game of the Year last year and also the other top contenders, which were Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, and Doom Eternal. Sucks that Doom Eternal didn't win Game of the Year. Fuck. I can see why people hate this game, and that's totally fine. It's okay not to like The Last of Us 2. Well, the death threats are over the top, but that's a touchy subject, and I don't really condone that. If you have valid criticism, that's fine, if you don't like the game because, particular reasons. It's just, don't threaten creators and voice actors, please. But I can also see why people love this game. I have a friend, he's a Twitch streamer, and this is his favorite game of all time. And I was kind of confused as to why this was his favorite at first, but I gave it more thought, and I figured, okay, well, it does do a good job. Well, The Last of Us 2 does a good job of setting up this dreadful atmosphere. It's got good graphics, the performances of the characters are wonderful, so I could see that. I can see why people love this game. And to be fair, the other games did have good stories too, and were definitely worth the nominations, but I feel that Ghost of Tsushima and Final Fantasy VII just played weird. I don't know if it's just me, but I never really gotten the hang of those games' playstyles. And Doom Eternal, I love Doom Eternal, but I still don't know why that didn't win Game of the Year. I'm honestly mad about that. There were other games that were released around the same time as this, and they didn't get the nominations, and for good reasons, because the acting was a bit of a fucking train wreck. Oh god, Trials of Mana, you just suck at everything. Well, the gameplay was fine, but just everything else was suck. But at least that game was 10 times better than the Secret of Mana remake from 2018 on PS4. That was just freaking laziness on Square's part. I forgot the boat stopped here. Now in 2021, I have no clue what's going to win Game of the Year this year. Deathloop? Maybe. Returnal? Maybe. Blaster Master 03? No. As much as I like that game, it's probably not going to win anything. GTA Nope. Metroid Dread? Maybe. But I haven't played that game. I heard it's really good, I just haven't actually played it yet. ActRaiser Renaissance? It's a good game, but I can only see it winning 1 or 2 awards and not the main award itself because it's a remake and it's also kind of missing some of the charm that the original had. So, good remake, but just not a great remake. Here's the part I was talking about earlier. There's a small scale battle going on and you can either choose to fight or leave. I just leave because, you know, I don't really need the items, and besides, I'm really close to ending Ellie's scenario. The items aren't really that useful anyway, and you want to save your ammunition for the bloater coming up. The big boy. Yep, that's right, bloaters are back, and I'm not even sure if we fought one as Abby. I know we did in that flashback sequence with Ellie, but that was, part 12 or 13? I honestly don't even know. No, I looked back at the playlist and that was part 18. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun, or playing this game. But back on the subject of bloaters, there's not that many in this game to begin with, and they seem to be even weaker than they were in the first game. How do I know that the bloaters are weaker than before? You can actually melee them, and dodge their attacks, something that you could not do in the first game without getting your face torn up. The instant death radius around the bloater has been removed, and you can actually punch the damn thing now. It's not like you can punch it and cause it to flinch, though. It will carry on with its attacks regardless of how many times you punched it. It's a bloater. It's a big thing. But you can punch it and punch it and punch it and punch it to death, and it takes a long-ass time to do it, but goddamn is it hilarious when you actually do kill it with your fist. Or Ellie's knife.
Shit.
Can't let that shotgun ammo go to waste because, well, you know. Fuck you, Glass! I don't know what's worse, vandalism or the fact that there's a soda in this game called Aqualime. What is Aqualime? Is that supposed to be like the Sprunk from GTA 3 or freaking Nuka-Cola from Fallout? I don't know. This shit sounds weird. I'm going to focus on upgrading the revolver here. Now, reload speed is important for the revolver since each bullet goes into its own chamber. As opposed to more modern military pistols like the Beretta or the Walther PPK where you could just load the magazine into the chamber and you already got your 6 to 12 bullets. The revolver is quite different in that regard. Next stop, through this door. Damn, it's locked. They always lock fucking doors around here. Alright, plan B. You're going to have to push this cart filled with extra boxes and shit on it to the window above the door. I don't know how Ellie's strong enough to push it like this, but whatever, it's video game logic. And it's not like the floor is weak enough to not sustain any weight, right? Oh, well, look at that. Yeah, there would be bloaters here, Ellie. I honestly thought you would expect the unexpected at this point. Don't get too comfortable, though, as it is not strictly a mano-a-mano fight. Or woman-o-a-mano, or Ellie versus creature. No, there will be runners coming towards you at certain points. Whenever the bloater runs towards you full steam ahead, just guide it towards arcade machines and walls. It will knock itself out momentarily. The main threat of this boss fight isn't so much the bloater, believe it or not. It is going to be the runners that are going to try to pot-shot you from behind, which is why I recommend running around like an idiot. You keep on the move and you'll be hard to hit by the bloater and the runners alike. Maybe not so much the acid spores that the runners, or not the runners, but the bloater is throwing at you, but everything else you'll be fine. And the bloater can do this too. Boom! More games need friendly fire like that. The bloater does take a lot of hits, but the good thing is, using your Molotovs will do massive damage. The infected are naturally weak to fire. Yeah. One thing that The Last of Us 2 does better than the original game are the boss fights. I can count on one hand how many boss fights were in the first game, and there were only really two unique encounters, that being David and the sniper dude. And getting to Sniper Joel was more so the problem. Actually fighting him, it was a quick time event, so you don't need to worry about that. This game does bosses better. I mean, come on, if you don't think the Rat King is the best boss fight in Last of Us history, then you're wrong. There's also Tommy from the previous part, which was engaging, even though, again, it was a cutscene when you met him face to face. And the final boss of this game, which the first Last of Us lacked for some reason. It was pretty good, even though at that point I kinda wanted this game to end because it was becoming way too long. Next stop, the Aquarium, where shit gets real. Ellie's gonna kill... Oh god, no. Oh god, no. Okay, I may hate the character, but come on, I have morals. Kind of. Sort of. Maybe there's a chance Mel left the Aquarium. And besides, we're really after Owen. He's the one that knows where Abby is. And besides, he's fixing the sailboat. We'll definitely catch him with his pants down. Oh no, not like that, no! I'm not alluding to that ridiculous sex scene from earlier. It was just a slip of the tongue. And God forbid somebody had their girlfriend or their wives or hell even their mothers walk in on that exact scene. On second thought, I don't even really think they would bat an eye because Abby does not have any sort of titillage at all. Did I just say titillage? Oh, I'm making up a word now, damn it. Titillage is a word and I'm coining that phrase. Before I make a larger ass out of myself by saying something stupid, this lead up is suspicious. And also, this is where you lose your boat. You know, it's a good thing that Ellie can swim so that I don't have to. Yeah, I can't swim. I'm from Philadelphia, what do you expect? The water over there is dirty. Anyway, you have to dive underwater to avoid the riptides knocking you off balance. They only do a tiny amount of damage, so you don't have to worry about dying to them. The drowning theme from Sonic feels oddly appropriate for this section. Oh god. Oh, another wave. I hate the waves, they just knock you further from land, they make everything slow and tedious, and I'm pretty sure they just flow through the rocks here too. No? Not this time? Okay, good. Sometimes the riptides would just say fuck physics and go straight through the shoreline, knocking you off balance anyway. What the hell was that, Ellie? She just floated in midair for a second. Okay, maybe this game is not as glitch-free as I thought it was. I mean, it's not up to the same level of freaking Cyberpunk or the newly released GTA Definitive Edition, but, you know, it's still glitch-free, so that's actually good. That's all I'm asking for is, a somewhat glitch-free game with polish. Okay, maybe some glitches, but they have to be funny glitches.
Damn it.
Of course the door is locked. Why wouldn't it be? Come on, just let me into your house. Oh well, have to find another way around. Dead silence. The first playthrough, if you don't know what's going to happen, is going to be unnerving, but subsequent playthroughs not so much because, well, you do know what's going to happen, but still. Everything from this point on is going to be fucking brutal.
What is all this stuff?
So about that titillage. No, I'm kidding. This place is kind of a maze of hallways, except not really. Certain doors are locked, but you can just find another way around.
Where the fuck are you? Shit.
You have to crawl through this ventilation shaft up above here, and this will lead you to a QuickTime event. A rather unsettling QuickTime event, mind you. Do you love dogs? Do you really love dogs? 'Cause I do. And my favorite character in this whole entire game is about to get killed here.
Jesus. Shit. Stupid dog.
Oh, Alice never hurt anybody. Why do you hate dogs so much, Ellie? You fuck.
God.
But yeah, that was a QuickTime event. You have to press square in order to not die. And that's kind of ironic that you're killing so many dogs in a game from Naughty Dog, but... yeah, I got nothing. This game just straight up hates dogs. And pregnant women too? I'm still holding out hope that Mel is getting out of here alive because she's pregnant and I may not like the woman, but still. She has a baby on the way and is, oh, fuck, she's still in here. She's gonna die.
People don't come back from that island.
How many times has Abby risked her life for you?
She chose this. I'm not fucking going there.
Then don't! Go back.
Fuck you. Hands up.
Where's Abby?
You're that girl from Jackson.
Tell me where she went.
How do we know you won't kill us?
Give her what she wants and we're dead.
You guys can survive this. I just need her.
Bullshit.
You. Come here.
Fucking get over here!
Point to where she is on this map.
fucking match up.
What are you doing?
She's probably dead anyway.
It is not worth it.
Stop!
We can talk
Back
about
the fuck up! Point to where she is. Fucking point!
Shit.
Tell me where Abby is.
Shit.
Where the fuck is she?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey. Hey. It's all right. Come on, let's go. Let's go. It's all right.